Hello YouTube, it's Matt. This is gonna be a quick little upper body workout. I'm feeling kind of down today, so we're gonna exercise a little bit and try and lift our moods. Yeah, I do have a little bit of equipment today, not much. I got my water bottle, I got my rag in case I get sweaty, I got my baby monitor because my daughter is taking a nap and she's passed out. So we're good to go. Oh, and I've got a very light resistance band and these little push-up bar thingies. Not super necessary, any of this stuff, but I have it and I use it. So if you've got something like it, come on and join me. I've already been to the gym today and done chest and shoulders and triceps, so I'm probably not going to have a ton of energy. But we're going to do some push-up stuff, some arms and upper body and shoulders, and see how we feel. Yeah, so I'm just gonna warm up a little bit with this. I'll do some, actually I'll come down here, it might be easier for y'all to see me. I'm gonna do some external rotations, so I'm keeping my shoulders nice and set in place, and then I'm squeezing outwards at my wrists while keeping my elbows at my sides and externally rotating my shoulder blades, rotator cuffs, feeling all those turn on, and I'm gonna hold it for 5-10 seconds, that's all. And we can release, and then I like to come up here and do the exact same thing. This one's harder for me, while keeping my elbows in, my wrists splaying out, and not letting my shoulders collapse forward. Keeping some integrity in my shoulders and my back and my neck. My elbows are trying to splay out, and release. And we're going to do this about 3 times, I think. And hold it for 5-10 seconds. Find a nice burn. Ooh, in your rotator cuffs. Then let's do the same thing up here. Whew. My elbows are wanting to come in and give up already. Oh boy, that's hard. All right, one more. Maybe go a little bit less this time. We don't need to go crazy, right? We can just do a little bit. It doesn't have to be a whole big thing, right? Oh yeah. Find that burn in your shoulder blades and your rotator cuffs. Keep your elbows in, wrists pushing out, and release it. It's tough. Now, I've seen people do this warm-up stretch with a weight plate. I've never done it, but I'm going to try and use this thing. So I'm going to just give it a little tug and introduce some resistance. And I'm going to kind of loop back and forth with both my arms and try and really stay aware of what my spine is doing while I'm making this movement. What's going on in my shoulder blades versus what I'm allowing to happen in my spine. Am I getting all snaky? Am I wiggling around in my spine, or can I keep it as nice and aligned as I can? And just have all of the action come from my shoulders, rotator cuffs, shoulder blades, trying to develop nice fluid motion in those shoulder blades. You can reverse it whenever it feels good. I think I've already done it twice. Trying to work on those crunchy shoulders. I don't know if anybody else out there has got those crunchy shoulders, but I sure do. I'm Cap'n Crunch. Alright, that's enough of that thing. Now I'm going to do a few scapular push-ups. It's probably going to be very hard to see what I'm doing from that camera angle, but I don't care. Nobody's watching this anyway, right? Oh, maybe I'll do a close-up and put it on here sometime. But I come down to all fours, kind of like I'm gonna do cat-cow or something. If you do any yoga, spreading out my fingertips really nice and wide, digging into my fingertips, externally rotating my arms, and then I'm going to drop onto my elbows. I'm trying to keep that external rotation, keep my hands splayed wide open, fingertips gripping down into the ground or your mat, elbows underneath your shoulders. Try and line everything up as best you can. And then we're going to come up into a plank. When you're ready, stretch your heels back, stretch the crown of your head forward. Pay attention to what's happening in your hands and your shoulders and your elbows. Keep everything integrated, connected. And I'm extending my shoulder blades, my scapulas, as much as they can go right now. I'm pushing them forward. And now I'm going to, with control, let them sink me down and hold that, and then come back up. Pinching, squeezing my shoulder blades together at the bottom, trying to create like a valley in my back between my scapulas. And hold it for a second and come back. And press up just with your shoulder blades and keep your elbows in. It's tougher than it looks, at least for me. Ooh, there we go. Developing control in those shoulder blades. We don't need to do a lot. Just a little bit at a time, working on those tiny little stabilizer muscle groups bit by bit. I'm going to bring my toes together and widen my knees out nice. Send my hips back. That stretches out my inner thighs really nice. And then I'm going to walk my fingers forward and find that stretch in my back and in my shoulder blades. And breathe into it. Alright, we'll do just a couple more of those. Get all that stuff warmed up. I'm sweating already just from these. I'm going to start using these as a warm-up every time I do an upper body day at the gym, because I've clearly got some work to do here. I feel shaky. I feel weak. I'm feeling the burn already. Oh, yeah. But that's good. That's what we want. Find your weakness and work with it, right? That's all we can do. Okay. So I'm going to stretch out just a little bit more. I'm going to come up off my elbows. We're still kind of in all fours here. I'm going to externally rotate my arms like I'm trying to show the pits of my elbows off in front of me. And then I'm going to go up into a downward dog. Find that nice stretch in my hamstrings and my glutes. And maybe we can walk ourselves in a little bit. And maybe once we've gotten a little bit of stretch in our lower body, maybe we can do a few push-ups here. Oh, yeah, those are tough. It feels good though. Okay. Let's bring our hands back kind of towards our ribs. And then go up into a plank, being mindful of where you're putting your weight in your wrists. Are your hands closing down, or can you keep them spread nice wide and open like claws and clawing through your fingertips into the ground? Try and stretch your crown of your head forward and push-ups. These are not easy. Keep your elbows tucked in at your sides, at your ribs. Wowee, those are difficult. I think that's good for like your lower breasticle region. That's what they call it in Latin class, right? Breasticles. Your lower breasticle, upper breasticle, inner and outer breasticulars, something like that. All right, I've never done these. Well, I've done like one of them, one or two, just out of curiosity. But these Mike Tyson push-ups, right? I've been seeing these ever since that fight. I don't know if you guys watched that fight, but man, that was something else. But what is it? You come up, my feet are against the wall, right? I'm gonna come up like I'm gonna do a regular push-up. Do a regular push-up, elbows in at our sides, and then come back into a squat. And then back into a push-up. Back into a squat. Back into a push-up. Back into a squat. Push-up. Squat. Push-up. Squat. We got this. Right? If Mike Tyson can do it, that's probably a bad comparison. That man is frightening. That's nice. Okay, now from here, this seems like a perfect place to go up the wall. What do you guys think? Think we can try a wall handstand and hold it? We don't even have to do anything crazy. We'll just get ourselves up on the wall, hold it for a little bit, and see what happens. Oh. All right. Well, that's doable. That's certainly doable. I've never been up here before. I can see where I missed a spot on our paint job in this room. Oh, that's tough. Oh, yeah, building stability here. Shaking nice and good. That's pretty good. I'm gonna do that more often. That's nice. Okay. All right. Let's not get too relaxed. Let's do some of these. I don't know if you have these. These things are awesome. But dumbbells will work the same way, more or less. I don't know what else you could use. I suppose you could stack up a couple textbooks on either side of you and use those, right? If you're just trying to get some elevation. It's the whole point of these things. But man, these are cheap, like $10 if you don't have a set. Get these. You can use them for all sorts of stuff. Lately, what I've been doing is sitting down on the ground like this, and then pressing myself up and kind of finding the point where my hip flexors are at their weakest, and then try to lift my legs up off the ground like that. And it is so hard. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness, is that hard. Oh. But that's not why we're here. We're here to do push-ups. Let's do some push-ups. Okay. So remember, we're going to keep our arms aligned below us. wrists, elbows, shoulders kind of stacked on top of each other. And when we go down, we're going to try and keep our elbows at our sides, not let them splay out, right? You can do that. I mean, I see people do that all the time. Do it like this. It just seems, I don't know, seems like you could injure something in there if you're not careful. It's putting so much strain right there. I'd rather do a press of some kind if I was trying to get at that. But for these, I'm going to keep my elbows nice in. And this little bit of elevation makes such a big difference. It's crazy. All right. So find where you are, check your grip. Nice strong monkey grip. All right, get the monkey feet we worked on last time, get those dug in like you're trying to dig your heels backwards and your top of your head forward simultaneously. Elbows in and sink down and push up. Easy. I mean, very hard, but simple enough, right? I don't think I've got any more in me. We'll try one more. Oh, I had one more. Let's try one more. Oh, we got one more. Fuck, okay, I guess I got a little more. Let's go. Oh, that's it. Oh, that's it. Okay. Whew. Those are nice. Okay. I'm sweating. Let's go back and meet Mike Tyson one more time, huh? And get this thing out of here. We don't need that, right? We got carpet. That's why people put carpet in their house, right? To soak up all the sweat or something. I know ours soaked up all the... Oh, you guys don't want to hear about that. Never mind. All right. Oh, I'm not gonna make it back from this one, but oh, there I go. Go ahead and laugh at me. Oh, I'll laugh at myself too. But I mean, when you fail like that, it means you brought the effort, right? Oh, so hooray, Matthew, we did it. Whew. Okay, well, like I said, it was probably going to be a short one. I think that's all I got. Oh, I'm about wore out for today. We'll see what we got tomorrow. Oh, but if anybody ever does find these videos and gets anything out of them, I don't know. I don't know what I want to say here. I suppose you're not alone. There's people out there like you who feel the way you do, who struggle the same way you do. And while that doesn't fix everything, it doesn't solve all the problems or make a lot of the things that, people who get depressed or anxious or you name it are up against. It doesn't solve those problems. It provides some, I don't know, solidarity. It doesn't make it quite so lonely. It makes you feel like, even if they may not have the answers, even if they don't know what to do, there are people out there living with this stuff and, making a life, even if it's hard. And man, can it be hard sometimes. But keep going. That's all. Keep going. what do they say about giving up? You can always do it tomorrow. That's what I have to remind myself of sometimes. Um, so until tomorrow, just come back here and exercise with me or something. I don't know. It'll help you feel better. Take a walk in the sunshine. Sing a song. Try to play some music. Pet a dog. You know, there's lots of things we can do, but it's getting out of here. That's the hardest part sometimes, to go and do those simple things that help us so very much. It can be very easy to just trap ourselves in our own minds and get lost in the dark. But you're not alone in there, even in the dark. There's other people like me and like so many others. You just gotta reach out and find them. My wife and I are watching Lost right now, and John Locke said something to Charlie, or it might not have been, somebody said something to Charlie. He was moping, and they came up to him and they said, Charlie, you're not alone, so don't pretend like you are, right? And I do that sometimes. My isolation, my loneliness can so often be self-inflicted. Um, but when I just open my stupid eyes and ears for long enough to look and to listen, man, there's so many people out there who care for me. Um, and there's so many people out there who care for you too. And I'm one of them, believe it or not. So I'm proud of you. I love you. Keep going. And I'll see you next time, hopefully. Bye bye.